I've been sharing videos, shorts, I guess, on my little channel recently. Super positive, focused ones about music and healing and creating my little space to be comfortable and positive for me. But I figure if I'm gonna do a channel about my journey, my recovery from addiction, from mental illness, from all the things, I need to keep on being real. One of my earlier videos are super real, super dark, super intense, super graphic. I've kept them up there. I haven't really pushed them, but I've kept them up there. And today's one of the harder days, and I'm just gonna keep being real with it. I could be at work right now, should be at work right now. I'm not. I'm at my place. I don't really quite call it home yet. It's not really mine, so to speak. Still looking for that space that's mine, which is part of what I still struggle with. But anyway, I'm at my place. I did get myself outside, at least into my rocking chair, which is some days a big step from being in my bed. That's just the truth. Sometimes that trauma stays in the driver's seat. Sometimes that trauma is in the front of my mind. Sometimes it's hard to think forward. It's a trap to think back. I try to stay creative. I try to use music. I've been getting out and about. I've been volunteering. I've been working a music festival. I'm involved in my local community theater. I do have a job where I can help people. But man, sometimes it's just still really hard. Sometimes it just still feels really heavy. Sometimes it's hard to pull myself up out of my bed. Not that I necessarily love it there. It's just that sometimes the rest of the world still scares me. And that's pretty sad. And this right here is the crux of it. It's all really just sadness that slows me down. Sadness about feeling guilty, sadness about feeling rejection, sadness about not thriving when I could have, sadness about not living up to my potential, sadness about not knowing exactly how to get out of it, sadness about how it takes longer than I wish it would. When I do have things I could be celebrating, I'm almost coming up on a year of being clean from the crap I was addicted to. That's a big deal. And the truth is, I detoxed myself. I didn't get to go and get help. I didn't get to do it in rehab. I did it by myself in not the safest situation. Some things happened at the time that made it even worse. I did it, but I didn't get a lot of any of the assistance, the therapy, the guidance that I need to still deal with all the underlying things that were already there. The addiction, the dependence was merely a symptom of what I've been struggling with already for most of my life. I have the capability, the ability, the potential to be happy and joyful and celebrate I can kind of go back and forth between that and the sadness multiple times within a day. It's kind of confusing, kind of frustrating, kind of scary. But I do know it's possible. There's just all the underlying stuff. It's still there, and it just reminds me that this is a process. I still claim victory because here I am clean with more possibilities within my reach. I do have a job that I love, that I can be really good at with benefits, that opens doors for me. I do have a relatively safe place to live right now while I look for what I will feel like calling my home. I am making new friends in a brand new place that I landed in completely by accident. I am learning to love the community that I'm in and finding ways that I can participate in it and be myself. Being myself, that's another thing. I'm still super shy about showing myself on here. I guess part of it's a vanity, and part of it is more of that sadness, I don't look the same way I used to. I was wrapped up in chronic pain, dependence, addiction, suicidal depression. Yep, I said that word. I was wrapped up in that hardcore for like 13 years. And when I first started coming out of it, let's just put it like this. I didn't look at myself in the mirror for the last couple of years of that. And when I first started coming out of it, I did accidentally see myself in the mirror and made myself sick, and that's no joke. I definitely have started to come back to myself in the way that I feel, in the way that I look, and my level of fitness. I'm riding my bike. I'm being active, but I definitely don't look the same. It aged me by 10 years, aged me by 20, and I'm not used to that, but I know that that's something in this journey that I need to include as well, and have every intention of doing so here soon. Anyway, I sat down to make this video to be real with the fact that there are days that are really hard, no matter how much I work at rebuilding my life in a beautiful way. There are definitely days that are still hard. This is one of them. And if anyone sees this who is also going through a really hard day, or really hard days, or weeks, or however long it's been, I know it's cliche, but we are not alone. We are not alone. I believe I can survive and thrive. I believe you can survive and thrive. I believe we can survive and thrive. And I believe we should not be so hard on ourselves when we have a day like this. We need to accept it as part of the process and find teeny tiny little things. If you can get out of your bed and into a chair on your front porch, then that's a celebration today, and it's okay. Because you got out of the bed. It's alright. It's alright to celebrate the little stuff because it accomplishes something big. It acknowledges the work, it acknowledges the process, and it creates momentum. Those are three really huge things. Really huge things. So I hope that we all can find even one little thing to celebrate today. And in that process can celebrate ourselves and our recovery from whatever it is that we're facing.